There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show. And this is Chuckie Egg, which is a bit strange because I didn't even realise that Chuckie Egg had a DOS port. But apparently the people at Lawnie decided, yes, we are going to make a Chuckie Egg port. For those who don't know, Chuckie Egg was an 80s sort of single-screen platformer for the Spectrum and BBC Micro, and it was very popular over in Britain. And a lot of the Americans will recognise the similarities between it and a certain other game in a minute. Objective: to collect a dozen eggs from each level of the hen house and as much corn as you can in the shortest possible time. Well, that doesn't actually tell us the full story, but okay. I think corn can speed things along in terms of assisting you. It changes the timer or something. But anyway, I'll hit start. How many players? 1. Okay, so you are this little fella here, and you have to collect eggs and corn. Oh, I'm dead already. You can get yourself into no-win situations like that, depending on where these chickens want to go. Fortunately, there's a bit of persistence here, and of course, the controls are our good friends Q, A, O, and P, which is exactly what you want. Let's see if I can get this. I'm in trouble now. Oh, no. Yeah, he got me. The one problem that you might run into, aside from the fact that you can't really play it while talking because it's fast-paced, is that the ladder physics resemble Half-Life. They're really bad. So let's pick up some seed. Let's get that egg. I think I've run out of possibilities over there, but because they're patrolling the lower levels, I can just jump over like this. And there's no great fanfare from this port. It just dumps you into the next level. And that chicken has me cornered, so I'll just jump over here. Get this egg. Fortunately, you can jump off ladders, and that helps matters. No, I think my dad probably played Chuckie Egg back in the day, before he had me, and then he ran out of time. You know, because having a full-time job and dealing with me, that's like having 2 full-time jobs. Oh, I dropped down and hit a chicken. Fortunately, there's only a few eggs left to collect. If I can just battle against these ladders. Oh, no. Disastrous. Right, let's try that one more time. It seemed to stop between levels there, which was frustrating. Nearly jumped off the edge there. And then sometimes it'll not detect the ladder. Then other times it'll be fine. So a little bit of a count for the extra time I had there. And you'll see there are lifts. Not elevators, they're lifts. And we have to use them in order to get to the upper levels. Oh, I fell down a pit. How embarrassing. Really not covering myself in any glory here. Well, I got an egg. Fortunately, that chicken can't get there. I can take this platform up. But that chicken can use that ladder. So I'm going to escape. Oh dear. I can't angle the jump. So once you're in midair, you go straight up or straight down. Well done. You have beaten one of today's highest scores. Enter your initials, Law. And that's Chuckie Egg. I'll be honest, not the best port in the world. There is the option to play it in a different color mode, and I think I'll briefly show that. So this is Chuckie Egg in CGA, and we shall get going with that. 1 player. And you can see the difference already. It's not as visible but I feel it's a little more faithful to the original Spectrum version. I mean, in terms of color palette, it's not, but I don't know, it just feels right having a game this age with this sort of look. So the Americans will have spotted that this is quite similar to Donkey Kong in many ways. I say Americans, but Donkey Kong's a Japanese game, you know. It just happened to be popular in America. This chicken will not let me use this ladder. Let me use the ladder. That's another thing. The game can just be difficult for you if the chickens decide, oh, we're going to just make your life a living hell. But one thing I find, aside from the fact that the CGA color palette is eye-watering, is that it lacks the background that, say, the later versions, the later ports of Chuckie Egg would have, which is what the DOS port is based on. Yes, the chicken got me, just as I was trying to leap away. It is actually very addictive. It's arcade goodness, you know, without actually being an arcade game. Now, can I finagle a way to get... Let's get that seed. Egg. See the way I didn't need to pick up all the seed? It's not required, it'll just buy you some more time. Uh-oh. Oh, I made that jump. Come on, Chuckie Egg. I think it was Chuckie Egg I remember my dad talking about. What a great way to spend your time. I have to say, in this CGA mode, I mean, it was smooth in the other mode, but it's extra smooth in this mode, which is nice. I'm not going to curse myself by saying I'm doing well, but I'm doing okay. Now, you see, the minute I said that, I missed a jump. Now, how on earth am I going to get past this chicken? By just committing harakiri, apparently. Yeah, that'll do for me, I think. So what is Chuckie Egg? It was a Spectrum game that was ported to the BBC Micro, written by some random teenager, and it was really good back in the day. It's a nice little alternative to Donkey Kong. Plays very smoothly, very entertaining, but very much of its time. You'll find some of the ladder climbing, some of the physics, some of the platforming a little bit irritating because you're used to, you know, better mechanics. But generally, it's quite fun, quite entertaining to try and grab all the eggs from these chickens. I didn't get into any of the later levels because I'm useless, but that's okay. It's not my cup of tea. It might just sneak into the top 25 though, because that's the sort of game you could play over and over and over again. And if you like me playing DOS games over and over and over again, feel free to take a look at the 1,000+ videos on my channel. If you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. And if you know what Chuckie Egg means, then you're one of my very knowledgeable patrons, a hard-boiled group of individuals that don't crack under pressure. Wonderful folk. So like I said, I was surprised there was even a DOS port of this, but maybe I shouldn't have been surprised. There were so many ports of microcomputer games to the system. Good stuff. Until next time.